recently there was a shooting at the Eid prayer in Philadelphia. And I'm not from there, you're not from there, to understand like in detail like the dynamics going on there. But people are talking about people embracing Islam and not necessarily embracing it, understanding what they're getting themselves into or what they're joining. So they may take the Shahada so they can be a part of this gang or whatever. It's not the true intention of taking Shahada, for example. So you'll find people coming in the masjid smelling like weed or whatever, and trying to talk to the sisters or whatever, this type of situation. So the question is, when a person embraces Islam, right, and they're trying to, generally you're trying to improve yourself, like you're trying to, become a righteous person, right? What's missing in our communities that allows this thing to happen? Back in my day, a person accepts Islam and then they just go back to the streets. Like it's not like they in the streets and still Muslim like that. Yeah. It don't work like that. Like, and then like thobes and stuff like that. If you was really practicing, you was wearing a thobe, and because dudes can come up to you and be like, "Man, what's up with you?" You get that type of response. You know what I mean? So if you was wearing a thobe, that means you was serious, or kufi and all that. So again, a lot of people embrace Islam. A lot of people embrace Islam in the prisons and other places. They come to the community. They try to practice a little bit, but they never mixed it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like if they was gonna do that, be in the streets, doing selling drugs and all that, they just keep that in the street and just stay in the street if they want to go that way. So what's happening? I mean, what's the situation now where you have people embracing Islam, but still they're gonna shoot up the Eid prayer? You know what I mean? That's unheard of. Like even in the States, that's unheard of, and definitely in the Muslim world, like that's it. You're not walking out of there. You try to do something like that. So. I mean, how does this relate to what you're saying, and how can this be implemented practically?
It's a deep question. It's real complex. Like I said, we can't oversimplify it, but I think it's unfair to look at, like you say, the sheep and the shepherd, the sheep and the shepherd. Who are the shepherds? When Malcolm X, rahimahullah, accepted Islam, when Muhammad Ali, rahimahullah, toured the world and was calling to Islam, many countries seen it as a maslahah, a benefit to engage in their affairs, to get them teaching, and to make sure that they understood something about Islam and that they were catered to. So why is that not happening now? So that's the first level of a shepherd. Then we have people traveling abroad, learning. I'm here 13, 14 years. Right. I went to middle school, went to high school, went to college. I interact with the Ministry of Education. I understand their objectives. Right. That's a form of leadership. That's a shepherd. They have a curriculum for me to walk away with. They have a 20-year objective for their education system. Right. Where's it supposed to go? Then we talk about the leaders in the community. What are their objectives? What's your vision? Can you have a leader without a vision? Just realistically, can you have a leader without a vision? I don't think so. Right. So a lot of times we don't understand the difference between a teacher and a leader. So the concept of looking at a community, we have to look at our leadership all from the top all the way down, going to the parents. Right. What's the job of the leadership? Then we talk about new Muslims coming into Islam. What are they looking at to embody? So they it's this big disarray about, oh, wow, man, that's crazy. But that's been going on. We got some leaders that have never disassociated themselves from the dope dealers off the jump. It's known that dope dealers have funded a lot of the affairs of the masajid. So if that's a reality, then what's supposed to be the model? So when you talk about, that's how I grew up. In the South, when somebody came out the chain gang and they changed their life, they was in the church wholeheartedly. Or even if they did have one foot in, one foot out, it wasn't known. They had some shame to it. Right. But nobody was coming in the community and they was head first in the street and promoting that. Right. That's a problem today. Then we have the issue with the attack on the culture. You know, we have, as African Americans, the strongest culture in the world. It's everywhere. I'm just in Kazakhstan. I'm just walking with Islamic attire on, and the dude like, let me rap to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just out of the blue. So this is the impact of our culture.
Right.
So now we know that if it is strong and is promoting the Quran and the Sunnah, Islam, family structure, then there will be some type of force from outside to undermine it. So that goes back to understanding history, sociology, and the powers at hand.
Right.
So it's complex. We can't oversimplify and just start pointing fingers.
Right.
We need leadership. It all goes back to leadership.
Right.
We have to start checking people from the top all the way to the parents. Nobody's free. Everybody has to be held accountable. The problem comes when we live in some type of utopia in our head that people overseas are going to come teach us and save us.
Right. At MakeHijra.com, we're dedicated to helping Muslims like you make the move to the Muslim world with ease. Our latest project is the Hijra Readiness Assessment Test, a short, insightful survey designed to help you identify your strengths and areas for improvement on your Hijra journey. Visit HijraTest.com now and start your journey towards a successful Hijra, inshallah.